These mysterious electronic impulses and others. These unfortunate, sensitive people will at times feel a strange, tingling sensation.
People used to say we were making devil music, so I didn't understand. You know, we were speeding up, we were working at 160 BPMs, and before that everyone was like working with hip hop at like 198 BPMs or 100 BPMs, and it's like all of a sudden you're at 160 BPMs, it's like a big jump. I mean, people couldn't nod their head that fast because it's too fast as not. You know, we understood it in a different way. For us, we were always on the half rhythm, so it wasn't that fast for us. It was just we were focusing on another part of the music, but to the average person that listened to music, they couldn't hear the half beat, they could only hear the fast beat, so it was a problem for them, and immediately they just shut off. So immediately you had to deal with that type of ignorance straight away, do you know what I mean? It's good to know when you're not mad by yourself. You know, it's good to know that everyone's mad at that, who's making music and is doing their own thing. It's great to know that. Then you can carry on doing your thing and knowledge that the day of judgment comes and, you know, you're going to the same place as everybody else making music, do you know what I mean? I think it is inspiring. The whole thing was wicked. It was a good idea to do what he did. He put out a whole package, not just one or two, but 6 or 7.
Juicebox was like, from the time I left like Epic, it was like a cushion. It was somewhere where I could like do my art, you know.
The Juicebox records, I don't know, man. I think they were just a great selection of tunes, great selection of music. I mean, they were very different. They stood out. I mean, they were not like what was going around at the time.
I like the snare. That jungle snare so much.
Yeah, I feel like that's great.
We all like the snare. And it was used then a number of times afterwards, wasn't it? Like various people. Yeah. So a lot of people obviously went, oh wow, that sounds good, we'll have a bit of that.
From those days then, Gerald was programming some weird things, man, some very weird things, and you think like, why does that do that? Why does it do that? And it sounds very off-key and stuttery and jabbery, and that's his own style. That's his own style, and that's what creative style's all about, doing something different from the rest. And that's what we've been doing for a long time.
Because he's one of these first sort of people I heard bringing in real sort of ethnic sounds, like you know, ethnic drums and EQ it differently.
Some of the things were like African drum sounds, and I'd like create these like polyrhythms, and like they always had like different feelings or different senses, and I was like, well, I wonder, you know, what these would actually mean to someone who played sounds in Africa, like as, you know, as messages. What would these things actually mean to them? Would they actually mean anything to them? So I started looking into like African rhythms and came with the obsession after a while. So that's one of the reasons I wrote like the message on the sleeve notes, you know what I mean? I wanted something that I could do live. I needed something that I could bring out as a live show.
We just had a mic plugged into the desk. There was no vocal booth. I just stood next to the desk and sang the song. And I think I only sang it a couple of times. And I think, you know, it was 1, possibly 2 takes. And I kind of thought I was just rehearsing because I was just standing next to the desk with the mic, but that was the take, you know. And Joe just said, yeah, that's cool.
So when I was recording a lot of stuff, I was also thinking of like the way like it would be played by a musician. And because it's vocal stuff, it's really cool to do it live. So I've got like a little band together now, where I'd never really looked at things on that level before. I was always like listening to sounds and going, oh, well, I could use that sample, that would be a nice sample, which is really cool, but to actually take it to a level where you're composing things for other people, for musicians, it's like, I don't know, almost like the next like step for me. It's like I picture myself as like the sequencer now, and like the musicians is like the soldiers. You know, like my drummer is like my brake machine.
When somebody's doing something that they really love to do and doing it well, it shines out of them, you know, and that's what, you know, all the great people do have, you know, and I think Gerald's got that.
Absolutely, definitely, 190% pioneering.
He just provided an injection for the scene, I think, just kind of pushed the boat in a certain direction that people maybe followed for a little while afterwards, because it sounded so fresh and because it sounded so new at the time.
He's a phenomenon, isn't he? I tell you the best thing about Gerald is he's a nice guy, you know, and there's a lot of pretentious nonsense in this music business and all kinds of, you know, people getting a little bigger and inflated egos and all that kind of crap, you know. But Gerald's just Gerald, you know. It'll be someone that you remember no matter what happens in 20, 30 years' time. Oh yeah, a guy called Gerald. Oh yeah, Boogie Ray. Oh yeah, you can't forget him. The amount of times I've thanked him for the tunes that he's made in the past and that in person, and just bigged him up for it. And how did you make that and for that time kind of thing? He knows, man, definitely he knows.
He knows he did his thing back in the day, and everyone else who listens to drum and bass and knew it back then knows that as well.
You can't be afraid. You know, you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to do what comes natural to you. And if that means, you know, going against the grain, if that means, you know, risking your livelihood, if that means, you know, not being understood for 5, 10 years, then that's what it means. You know, you make that decision.